What's up everybody, Avian here. The new patch has brought some pleasant changes to the support role, and I warmly welcome them if I do say so myself. These changes have a big impact on our role, so I'm going to take you through the champion and the item changes, but let's start with the mastery changes first. New masteries, come on! It's been a long time since I've invested 21 points into the utility tree. I tend to use these masteries because they give me a more comfortable start to the game, and you tend to be more well-rounded than the other support, which gives you an advantage in the earlier aspects of a game. But in this patch, I've tried the utility tree and it's pretty fun. I can feel a change, and when I'm in game I sense some fun opportunities with certain champions and certain item builds in the near future. So the changes to the mastery tree are as follows. Expanded Mind. It now is at the base of our utility tree and it grants up to 75 mana with 3 points. This change is also going to improve Blitzcrank and his mana barrier, so do remember that when you're in game. I believe that it's worth taking, although if the mana was not your priority, you could have improved warding, movement speed and recoil speed instead. Bandit now rewards more gold when attacking an enemy, 3 gold for the range supports and 8 gold for the melee supports, although it does have a 5-second cooldown on the champions. Meditation now restores a percentage of your missing mana every 5 seconds. I have a feeling that this is going to help relieve the mana issues that we experience with our mage supports when we're playing for towers or for dragons earlier on in the game. However, the item build that I usually use provides enough mana regen to avoid any problems. It's just difficult to invest into these items early due to Sightstone taking priority. So for this reason, I only invest 2 points into this and the other 3 fit very well into Intelligence. Now Intelligence reduces the cooldown of activation items by 20% with 3 points. That's amazing. As a support player, we usually have 2 or more activation items in our final builds. So this is a very strong investment and it gives us a lot of power later on in the game. Investing in this is also going to help unlock Wanderer. This has also been upgraded. Right at the top of the tree, it now grants 20 movement speed instead of an extra 5%. Indirectly, Janna has just had a big upgrade and I couldn't love it more. As for inspiration, which was also changed, I have never really invested in this in the past. I can see why it's useful, especially if you fall behind or you'll need to back and your AD carry doesn't. However, I feel that the points are better spent elsewhere. Now on to the champion changes. Karma in lane is going to have increased damage with her poke as well as a stronger root. As the game continues, her E, Inspire, will have a lower cooldown and a healthier shield, which is also going to be able to dish out an area of effect shield for 50% of its original value. As a support player, I feel that the changes to Karma will move towards a similar playstyle that we see on Morgana and Lulu, including more ability power, cooldown reduction, and mana regeneration into your item builds. Leona has also been changed. Her E, the Zenith Blade, now has a reduced missile width. This means it's going to be harder to land, easier to dodge, and quite simply, we need to be more accurate when we're using it. Lulu's base mana regeneration is up. As a support player, you're going to be able to dish out more spells throughout early game. Due to the item build that I take with supports, once we get past mid game, it's not usually a problem, but I think that the laning phase for Lulu will be slightly stronger and I can't wait to play some more games with her. Now back in season 2, not long before I started this YouTube thing, Taric was my most played champion and I'm thrilled to see that he's finally been improved, although I never really enjoyed the change to his passive. Do you guys remember the days when you could just stay in lane restoring mana and reducing your cooldown on every melee attack? Anyway, onto the items. The Ancient Coin line has been upgraded. It gives you both more mana and health regeneration, more gold throughout the game, and a reduction in cooldown on the item means that you can use it more. Let's not also forget about the Mastery Intelligence aiding that even further. Another item change that affects us supports is Ardent Sensor. Now I've always considered this item with my utility and mage-like supports. However, I feel like it is now a solid investment. The item has a new feature which now grants magic damage on hit, although a minor setback, the attack speed bonus that it grants has been reduced to 15% and it no longer works on minions. The additional damage from the Ardent Sensor is very noticeable in game, so it's worth trying it out. To summarise the patch notes for the supports, I predict that the champion changes are going to shake up the flavour of the month supports in bot lane. In tandem with the revised items and masteries, there's an increased benefit for investing into the utility tree, which grants more power late game with your build, increased mana regeneration, increased gold income, and increased movement speed. Overall guys, it's a good time to get off YouTube and get in the game and win. So on that note, good luck, have fun, and take care. See you later guys. Remember, if you like watching the video, to give it a thumbs up and hit the like button, and go and check out the last video that I made if you were wondering where the hell I've been lately.